Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real quick. I don't care how good you look, how sweet you talk, how much you give. If somebody's ignoring you, you gotta teach him what that costs. See, here's the truth. If you let somebody treat you like you ain't got value, they'll believe you don't. If he ignores your text, your time, your heart, then you got to do what most people are scared to do. Pull back. Stop showing up where you ain't seen. Stop calling where you ain't heard. Stop giving where you ain't getting. When someone ignores you, especially someone who claims to care about you, that's not just a moment of silence. It's a message, and sometimes the message says louder than words ever could. You're not important enough right now. Let's be clear. Everyone gets busy, life happens, we all need space sometimes. But there's a difference between needing space and choosing to dismiss your presence. When someone repeatedly ignores your calls, your texts, your needs, or your existence in a room, that's not just a bad habit. That's disrespect. That's someone telling you where they've placed you in their priorities. And if you keep allowing it, you're co-signing that treatment. Knowing your worth isn't just about self-love quotes on Instagram. It's about how you allow people to treat you, how you respond when someone shows you they don't value your voice, your presence, or your time. If someone can go days without thinking about you, without checking on you, without acknowledging your efforts, and you still show up for them like nothing happened, that sends a signal. You're telling them it's okay to disrespect you. You're telling them that your love will always be there, no matter how they behave. That kind of loyalty sounds romantic in movies, but in real life it drains your soul. Disrespect doesn't always come with yelling or name-calling. Sometimes it walks in quietly, dressed as silence. And the sad part is the more you let it slide, the more normal it becomes. You start second-guessing yourself, wondering if maybe you're expecting too much. If maybe it's just you being too sensitive. But it's not sensitivity, it's awareness. It's your gut trying to warn you. Don't let that voice get silenced. You feel it for a reason. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. If you allow someone to ignore your needs, your emotions, your voice, and you continue to pour into them, you're teaching them that your love doesn't require effort in return. That's not noble. That's not strength. That's self-betrayal. You cannot keep giving someone the most loyal version of you when they're giving you the most convenient version of them. Loyalty has to be mutual. Respect has to be earned. And presence, real presence, has to be felt on both sides. Some people only start to realize your worth after you stop showing up. Because as long as you're always available, they don't feel the urgency to appreciate you. You're just there like background noise. It's only when the silence hits, when your energy is no longer in the room, that they start to feel the emptiness. And by then, you might be long gone. Not physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. That's why it's so important to recognize the signs early. If someone is ignoring you, don't chase them. Don't beg for attention that should be given freely. You're not a side note in someone else's story. You're the headline. Act like it. There's power in the pause. The moment you stop overextending yourself for someone who won't even meet you halfway, that's the moment you reclaim your worth. That's when you start to heal, to glow, to remember who you were before you started shrinking to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You don't need to yell. You don't need to prove your value to someone who's blind to it. You just need to pull back, realign, and move accordingly. Let your absence speak for you. That it teach the lesson that your presence was a privilege, not a promise. Ignoring you is not a mistake, it's a choice, and if someone chooses to ignore you repeatedly, don't keep choosing them in return. Love yourself enough to walk away from anyone who makes you feel like too much, or worse, not enough. You deserve effort. You deserve attention. And you deserve to be seen, not when it's convenient for them, but consistently, intentionally, and respectfully. That's the standard. That's the bare minimum. And anything less than that, let it go. It's a hard truth, but one worth sitting with. Most people don't fully value what's constantly in front of them. When someone knows they have unlimited access to you, they stop seeing you as something rare. They start thinking you'll always be there, no matter what they do. And for some men especially, comfort can lead to complacency. The calls get fewer, the texts shorter, the energy weaker. Not because they stop liking you, but because they assume you'll stay. And the problem isn't just them, it's also what we've allowed. Being constantly available sounds sweet in theory. You want to be supportive, loyal, loving. You want to prove you're dependable, that you're down for him no matter what. But if you're always saying yes, always replying instantly, always showing up even when he doesn't show out, you're teaching him that he doesn't have to try. That you'll keep giving even when he stops showing up. That's when the dynamic shifts. Suddenly it's one-sided and you're carrying the emotional weight of two people while he's coasting, not even realizing how heavy your love is. Now, here's the thing. People don't chase what they already have, they chase what they think they could lose. That doesn't mean you need to play games. This isn't about manipulation, it's about boundaries. It's about self-respect. When you set limits, when you say not today, when you don't respond right away, when you prioritize yourself, you create a healthy distance. And that space makes people take notice. It reminds them you're not guaranteed. It reminds them you have a life that doesn't revolve around them. That's when interest sharpens. That's when effort returns. Being too available sends the wrong message. It can look like desperation even when it's just devotion. It can feel like neediness even when it's just love. People often confuse accessibility with simplicity. They think she's easy to reach, she must be easy to keep. But no one values what they don't have to work for. Think about luxury brands. Part of what makes them valuable is scarcity. They don't flood the market, they don't chase buyers. They hold their position and let the right people come to them. You have to carry yourself the same way. Not because you're playing hard to get, but because you are hard to get. You are a woman of worth, of substance, of depth. It's okay to take time to respond. It's okay to say no. It's okay to have days where you focus entirely on you, your peace, your dreams, your healing. That space creates mystery, and mystery creates desire. A man who values you will lean in closer, not drift away. He will recognize the shift, he will feel the absence of the constant you, and it will remind him not to take your presence for granted. Let him feel the weight of your silence. Let him sit in the gap you leave behind when you stop overgiving. You don't have to threaten to leave. You don't have to throw ultimatums. You just have to start showing that your love is not on tap, that your time has value, that your energy is a gift, not a guarantee. When you become less available, you give him space to realize what your presence really meant. If he rises to meet you, if he matches your energy, if he starts to cherish what he nearly lost, then you know his intent. But if your distance doesn't faze him, if your absence doesn't move him, then you've just saved yourself from years of trying to get love from a man who never feared losing you. You have to remember this. You are not here to convince anyone to see your value. You are here to be loved fully, completely, and without condition. And the kind of man who deserves you is the one who knows that your availability is a blessing, not a given. Make him work for your attention. Make him earn your consistency, not out of pride, but out of respect for yourself. Because a man who fears losing you will do everything in his power to keep you. and you deserve nothing less than that. There's something incredibly powerful about silence, especially in a world that constantly demands our attention. We've been taught to speak up, to express our feelings, to show the world exactly what's going on inside our minds. But silence feels like the opposite. It feels like you're retreating, like you're stepping away. But here's the secret. Silence is not weakness, it's strength. It's a tool that, when used wisely, can speak louder than any word you could ever say. When you're silent, you're not giving away your energy. You're not arguing, pleading, or chasing someone who isn't meeting you where you need them to be. You're preserving your peace. And that peace is more valuable than anything. If someone is ignoring you, disrespecting you, or taking you for granted, your silence can be the most effective way to communicate your dissatisfaction. It's a message that says, I don't need to explain myself. My absence says it all. Too often we think that if we don't speak up, if we don't argue, if we don't fight for attention, we're being passive. But the truth is, silence is one of the most active forms of communication. When you stop engaging with someone who isn't giving you the respect or attention you deserve, you're teaching them something powerful. You're teaching them that your time, your energy, and your emotions aren't available for free, that they have to earn your presence. And not just by saying nice things, but through real action. That's what your silence is saying. There's an old saying that goes, actions speak louder than words. And while words have their place, actions always win. So, when someone isn't showing up for you, when they're too busy to answer your calls or too distant to acknowledge your worth, your silence forces them to reflect. It forces them to realize that they no longer have the luxury of your attention whenever they decide they're ready to give it to you. It's a power move. You're no longer chasing, you're no longer pleading. You've decided your worth is not up for negotiation. And if they can't see it, then maybe it's time for them to experience what it feels like to lose you. When you stop talking, you stop giving them the air they need to keep their excuses alive. You don't have to argue your point, explain yourself, or beg for validation. By pulling back, you show them that your value isn't something that can be taken for granted. It's something that has to be respected. Your silence sends a message that says, I will no longer allow myself to be treated like an afterthought. And for many people, that silence can be louder than any confrontation. It forces them to reflect on their actions, on what they've been doing wrong, and on what they stand to lose if they continue this pattern. Your silence is a way of protecting your energy. It's a way of ensuring that your emotional well-being is not being drained by someone who isn't putting in the same effort. We often feel like we need to keep explaining, keep justifying, keep pushing for understanding. But what happens when we just stop? What happens when we pull our energy away and refuse to pour it into a situation that's no longer serving us? The dynamic shifts. Suddenly they have to fight for your attention. Suddenly they have to prove that they deserve your time, your love, and your loyalty. And here's another thing. Silence doesn't just teach others how to treat you. It teaches you how to treat yourself. It teaches you the value of standing firm, of not letting yourself be used or manipulated into constantly giving away your energy. It teaches you that you don't need to fight for someone's affection or approval. You just need to be who you are, to honor your worth, and to allow the right people to come into your life and meet you where you are. Silence is your chance to reconnect with yourself, to rediscover your own value, and to remember that you don't have to chase anything. Not love, not approval, not respect. It will come to you when it's meant to. When you make silence a tool in your life, You also make space for new opportunities, for new people who will appreciate you. You stop tolerating the behaviors that once kept you stuck, and you start attracting those who recognize what you bring to the table. The ones who will show up for you, who will communicate with you, who will treat you with the respect you deserve, because they know that if they don't, they risk losing you. So next time someone takes you for granted, next time you feel your energy being drained, don't hesitate to use your silence. It's not about ignoring them. It's about respecting yourself enough to step back. It's about teaching them that your time is precious, that you're not a convenience to be called upon when it's easy. You are a treasure that deserves attention, effort, and care. And if they can't give that to you, then it's time for them to experience the power of your silence. You've probably heard the phrase, where attention goes, energy flows. It's simple but powerful. It means that whatever you focus on, whatever you give your time and energy to grow, whether it's a passion, a hobby, a relationship, or even a problem, the more energy you pour into something, the bigger and stronger it becomes. But here's the catch. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everything in your life needs to have your energy, especially when it's not being reciprocated. Think about it for a second. If you keep pouring your energy into someone who isn't giving you the same back, someone who isn't respecting your time, your effort, or your presence, all you're doing is draining yourself. You're feeding into something that isn't sustainable. You're fueling a situation that isn't growing you, but instead slowly depleting you. That's why it's so crucial to recognize when it's time to pull your energy back, to stop pouring into something that doesn't serve you anymore. Because energy flows where attention goes. And if you've been focusing on someone or something that isn't treating you right, then you've been feeding a fire that isn't worth it. It's easy to get caught up in trying to fix things, to make them better, to keep giving when you're not getting back. You think, maybe if I keep trying, things will change. Maybe if I just give a little more, they'll start appreciating me. But here's the truth. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is stop giving. Stop pouring. Stop investing your energy into something or someone who isn't matching your effort. The moment you stop giving someone your attention, they start to feel it. They start to notice that you're no longer as available, no longer as responsive, and no longer as easily accessible. And that's when things start to shift. Pulling your energy back isn't about being spiteful or playing games. It's about regaining your balance. It's about taking a step back and realizing that you deserve to be in situations where your energy is appreciated, not depleted. And when you stop focusing on someone who's not showing up for you, you free yourself to focus on things that matter, things that lift you up, that help you grow, that make you feel valued. You create space for new opportunities, for new relationships, and for new experiences that align with who you truly are. The law of attraction tells us that we attract what we put out. If you're constantly putting out energy into someone who isn't matching it, you're reinforcing a cycle of neglect, frustration, and exhaustion. You're telling the universe that you're okay with being treated poorly, that you're okay with being the one who does all the work in a relationship, that you're okay with being the only one who cares. But when you pull back and give your energy to things that feed your soul, to your passions, your dreams, your growth, you start attracting the right kind of energy. You start attracting people who see your worth, who respect your boundaries, and who give back what you put in. It's important to recognize the power of your energy. When you give too much of it to someone who doesn't appreciate you, you're giving away parts of yourself that you can never get back. You're depleting your own reserves. And when that happens, you can't show up for the things that matter most. You can't give to your own goals, your own happiness, your own well-being. You become so focused on trying to get someone to notice you, to see your value, that you forget to see it in yourself. Pulling your energy back is a form of self-care. It's a declaration that you matter, that your time and effort are not unlimited, and that you won't continue to give to someone or something that isn't nourishing you. It's a way of protecting yourself, of making sure that you're not continually giving away your power to situations that aren't aligned with who you are or who you want to become. It's about saying, I'm worth more than this. And it's about acting on that belief by shifting your attention, by focusing on things that empower you, that make you feel whole and valued. In relationships, we often give so much of ourselves because we want to prove something, to show that we're worthy, that we care, that we're loyal. But loyalty isn't about giving everything you have, it's about finding balance. It's about knowing when to pull back, when to let go, and when to prioritize your own well-being. You are not responsible for fixing anyone else, for making them see your worth, or for proving that you deserve their love. All you can control is how you show up for yourself. And if you start showing up less for someone who isn't showing up for you, it sends a message. It sends a message that says, I'm not going to waste my time and energy on something that doesn't honor who I am. Energy flows where attention goes. Start paying attention to what truly matters, to the things, the people, and the activities that bring you joy, fulfillment, and growth. Stop giving your attention to things that drain you, that make you feel unseen, unappreciated, or undervalued. When you start pulling your energy back, you make space for the things that are truly worth your attention. Things that elevate you, that make you feel seen, heard, and loved. And in doing so, you attract the right people and experiences into your life. In life, we often fall into the trap of believing that the more we give, the more we'll receive. We think that if we show enough interest, put in enough effort, or demonstrate enough care, the other person will eventually match our energy and come running after us. But here's the thing. That's not how it works. In relationships, whether romantic, friendship, or even professional, it's vital to understand one key truth. You cannot chase anyone into valuing you. If someone truly wants you, they will show it, and they will do so without you needing to push or pursue them. Chasing someone is a signal that you are unsure of your worth. When you're constantly the one to initiate, the one to reach out, the one to give, you send the message that you're the only one invested in the connection. And that's not healthy for anyone. People should want to be with you not because you've begged or cajoled them into it, but because they see the value in what you bring to the table. Your time, your energy, and your love are all precious. And if someone doesn't recognize that and pursue you in return, it's time to step back and let them figure it out for themselves. When you stop chasing someone, you create space for them to chase you. And by chasing, I don't mean in a desperate, clingy way. I mean, let them show their interest through actions. Let them work to maintain your attention. And this shift is powerful not just because it establishes respect in the dynamic, but also because it reinforces a sense of self-worth within you. The act of not chasing is a sign that you believe in your value, that you won't settle for someone who doesn't equally invest in the relationship. It's easy to slip into the mindset that you need to be the one to make things happen. We've all been there, putting in all the effort, planning dates, sending texts, checking in constantly and wondering why the other person isn't doing the same. But here's the harsh truth. If you're always the one putting in all the energy, you're teaching that person to expect that from you without ever having to lift a finger. You become the source of all the emotional labor, and eventually that dynamic wears you down. It's exhausting, draining, and ultimately unfulfilling. When you stop chasing, you send a message that says, I'm not here to beg for your attention. I am worthy of being pursued. I am worthy of being loved without having to prove anything. The power in this shift is not in being silent or aloof, but in valuing your own time and energy enough to require that it be reciprocated. It's about saying, I'm here when you're ready to meet me halfway, but I'm not going to exhaust myself trying to make this work if it's not mutual. This doesn't mean playing hard to get either. It means setting healthy boundaries and allowing things to unfold naturally. A man who is truly interested in you will want to pursue you not because he feels obligated, but because he recognizes your worth and wants to be a part of your life. And when you give him the space to do that, it can only strengthen the connection. The chase, in its most natural form, allows both parties to invest in each other at the same level. It lets him prove that he is willing to work for your time and affection just as you're willing to give it. It's a dance. You give a little, he gives a little. But if you're the only one dancing, you're going to tire yourself out. Think about it like this. If you're constantly chasing after someone, what are you teaching them? You're teaching them that you don't have other options. You're teaching them that you're willing to give them all of you, regardless of whether they're willing to meet you in the same place. You're teaching them that your time is endless and your heart is up for grabs. But by letting go and letting him chase you, you show that you have your own life, your own passions, and that you're not waiting around for anyone to give you validation. The truth is, if a person truly cares about you, they won't leave you wondering where you stand. They'll make the effort to show you, to communicate, to invest in you. They'll take the time to understand you, and they'll find ways to make you feel seen and appreciated. And if they don't, well, that's the red flag you need to pay attention to. A man who doesn't chase you when you're clearly interested in him is not the man who's worth your